The meditation chamber aboard the diplomatic vessel Harmony's Edge hummed with ethereal energy as Ambassador Kate Morrison sat cross-legged on the crystalline floor. Her human frame looked oddly out of place among the floating geometric patterns that danced through the air, yet she maintained perfect stillness. 3 months into the joint diplomatic mission between Earth, the Elven Confederation, and the Altarian Republic, she had grown accustomed to such surreal surroundings. The chamber door dissolved into particles of light, revealing 2 figures silhouetted against the corridor's soft blue illumination. Lady Lyra of House Starweaver, the elven representative, moved with her characteristic grace, her silver hair catching the ambient glow. Beside her stood Commander Vex of the Altarian fleet, her tall, slender form and opalescent skin marking her alien heritage. Both women approached with expressions that immediately set Kate on edge. "We require your assistance," Vex said without preamble, her melodic voice carrying an unusual tension. "The situation has become critical." Kate rose, smoothly, brushing non-existent dust from her simple black diplomatic uniform. "What's happened?" Lyra stepped forward, her normally composed demeanor cracking slightly. "The peace negotiations have stalled completely. Our peoples are on the verge of abandoning the talks altogether. The cultural barriers prove insurmountable," Vex added, her large violet eyes reflecting genuine distress. "My people view the elven emphasis on tradition and ceremony as weakness. The elves perceive our directness and efficiency as barbaric." Kate nodded slowly, having witnessed the growing tensions firsthand during recent sessions. The Elven Confederation valued ritual, honor, and careful deliberation spanning generations. The Altarian Republic prized innovation, rapid adaptation, and immediate results. Both civilizations possessed technologies that could revolutionize galactic society, yet their fundamental differences threatened to destroy any chance of cooperation. "I need you, human," Vex continued, her voice filled with urgency. "Your species possesses something neither of ours can claim. Adaptability," Lyra explained. "Humans can bridge gaps that seem impossible to cross. You understand both patience and haste, tradition and progress." Kate moved to the chamber's observation port, gazing out at the stars scattered like diamonds across the void. "What exactly are you proposing?" "A joint session," Vex replied, "but not in the formal negotiation hall. Something more neutral, more human." "Your quarters," Lyra suggested, "where we might speak as individuals rather than representatives of our governments." Kate considered this carefully. Diplomatic protocols strongly discouraged such informal meetings, yet the alternative appeared to be complete failure of the mission. "Very well. Tonight, after the evening meal. But we discuss this as friends, not as ambassadors." 8 hours later, Kate's modest quarters hosted an unlikely gathering. She had replicated simple earth foods, bread, cheese, fruit, and wine, arranging them on a low table surrounded by cushions. The informal setting immediately changed the dynamic between the 3 women. Lyra sampled the wine appreciatively. "This vintage possesses remarkable complexity. How long did your people age it?" "About 5 years," Kate replied, "though some of our finest wines age for decades." Vex examined a piece of bread with scientific curiosity. "Your species creates food for pleasure as well as sustenance. This demonstrates an interesting balance between necessity and artistry." "That's exactly what we need," Kate said, seizing the opening. "Balance. Lyra, your people have mastered sustainable technology that works in harmony with natural systems. Vex, your people have developed rapid terraforming techniques that could restore damaged worlds within decades. Imagine combining those approaches." "Impossible," Vex stated firmly. "Our methods require complete environmental restructuring. Elven techniques preserve existing ecosystems at the cost of efficiency." "Not impossible," Lyra countered. "Perhaps inefficient by your standards, but not impossible." Kate leaned forward. "What if we started smaller? Instead of terraforming entire worlds, what about restoring damaged regions using hybrid techniques?" The conversation continued late into the ship's night cycle. Kate found herself serving as translator not just of languages, but of entire worldviews. When Vex described the Altarian approach as precise surgical intervention, Kate helped Lyra understand this as careful, targeted action. When Lyra spoke of honoring the world's spirit, Kate explained to Vex that this meant respecting existing, natural balance. Gradually, the barriers began to crumble. Vex admitted that rapid terraforming sometimes created unstable ecosystems that collapsed within generations. Lyra acknowledged that their preservation methods could doom damaged worlds to eternal stagnation. Both women possessed brilliant minds and genuine desire for cooperation. They simply needed someone to help them communicate. "Your people fascinate me," Vex told Kate during a quiet moment. "You possess neither our advanced technology nor the elves' deep connection to natural forces, yet you excel at bringing others together." "Perhaps that's because we've had to," Kate replied. "Humans have spent millennia learning to cooperate despite our differences. We've made countless mistakes, fought terrible wars, but we've also learned that diversity creates strength." Lyra nodded thoughtfully. "Your species understands that perfection lies not in uniformity, but in harmony among different elements." As dawn approached in the ship's artificial cycle, the three women had outlined a preliminary framework for cooperation. Altarian rapid deployment technology would be modified with Elven sustainability principles. Joint research teams would study hybrid approaches to environmental restoration. Most importantly, regular cultural exchange programs would prevent future misunderstandings. When they finally prepared to part, Vex grasped Kate's hand in the Altarian gesture of deep respect. "You have given us hope where none existed before." Lyra embraced Kate in the Elven manner, a brief but warm contact that conveyed profound gratitude. "The galaxy will be better for your people's presence in it." Kate watched them leave together, still talking animatedly about technical possibilities. The formal negotiations would resume in a few hours, but something fundamental had changed. Two vastly different civilizations had found common ground through the simple act of sharing a meal and honest conversation. Later, as Kate filed her diplomatic report, she reflected on humanity's unique position in the galaxy. They might not possess the most advanced technology or the deepest wisdom, but they had something equally valuable: the ability to see potential bridges where others saw only walls. The peace treaty signed 6 weeks later would go down in galactic history as the foundation for the Great Alliance. Kate Morrison's name would be remembered not for conquest or discovery, but for something far more precious: bringing diverse peoples together in friendship and mutual respect. In a universe vast and strange, sometimes the greatest strength was simply the willingness to listen, understand, and find common ground among the stars.